food, and eating. That brings us to food, what is probably the epitome of showing how dogs work on instinct. You know food is essential to life, right? But you also go out and get some ice cream when you're feeling down, have a gourmet meal when you're not really hungry because the food is delicious, and forget to eat every once in a while. Think your dog would ever forget to eat? Never. Not in a million years. While we understand that food is vital for life, that's hardwired into a dog's mind. That's why he makes a beeline for the food dish, why he'd sooner trample his doggy friends than go without dinner, and why he can act like a raving lunatic if food is in the area when he's usually calm and collected. He needs food. His entire body reminds him of this minute by minute. And this is why food can really work to your benefit in any aspect of dog ownership. Because dominance plays such a huge role in food, you have to be super aware of your interaction with your dog and his food. A lot of dog owners make the mistake of feeding the dog before they have dinner themselves. Big time no-no. Alpha dogs eat first. This is one of those basic things your dog knows, so you need to work with it. A variation on this are the owners who serve their dogs salad bar style, where the dish is always full and the dogs are free to chow down whenever they please. Sit down and have your own dinner while your dog watches you eat. When you're finished, it's puppy meal time. Sound cruel? It's not, unless you compound it with another common mistake. How would you like to be forced to eat once a day? You wouldn't be allowed to have anything unless it was at one specific time during the day. You'd hate it. Now imagine that your entire life is motivated by food, that your very existence is regulated by where the next meal is coming from, how much you'll get, and how quickly you can eat it. Sounds even worse, right? Welcome to your dog's world if you're only feeding him once a day. Food is central enough in a dog's mind that he doesn't need to be prompted to remember that. If you're only feeding him once daily, you're putting even more emphasis on the meal. Break his food up into at least 2 portions. You'll find that he's much calmer at mealtime and a little more composed while he's waiting for you to get through your own dinner. You're indulging his instinct as well as his belly, so you'll end up with one happy, sweet pup. Okay, now on to you people who like the salad bar method. After the last lesson, you may be thinking you're home free because you don't deprive your doggy of food at all during the day. It's there for him anytime he wants. Wrong. This goes back to food being the central part of a dog's life. He eats to survive, not because he loves to sample foods from around the world. Wolves' impulses are to get as much food as they can in one shot, because they never know when they'll kill their next meal or how big it'll be. That lingers on in dogs' minds, too. If you left the food bag open on the floor for him, he'd probably be 75% of the way through it within a short amount of time. He'll gorge himself to death before that possible starvation instinct goes away. If food is available to him at all times, you're going to end up with one pudgy pooch. He may not be a porker now, but give him a few years. Follow the instructions your vet gives you, or even look at the ones on the side of the bag. Then break up the amount of food he should get each day into several small portions. Now, can you figure out the second message his never-ending food bowl sends him? Hey, as soon as I empty this bad boy, that bald pink dog refills it for me. I must be her boss. Surely you've learned by now that that's not a good thing for your dog to think. The last note on food is really more advice than anything else. If you use treats for training, keep from stowing them in the same pocket all the time. You've heard those people who practically squeal with pride that, "Oh, my Max knows which pocket is my treat pocket, and he knows when he's getting something good." That's great, but what do you think will happen when you leave your pants on the floor or in some other easily reachable area while you're at work? Remember the whole thing about being more willing to trample a good buddy than go without food? Your dog will have his nose, tongue, and teeth in that pocket the instant you close the door, and he probably won't stop searching until he finds something tasty. So unless you like that punk rock ripped look in your pants, you may want to find something more generic to hold treats. Something like a zipper baggie works perfectly. since your dog will be able to see the treat right away.